All right, Shalom. I want to start off with giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, double honor to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to push this truth and all truth sincerity. All right, real quick, if you look at the screen, there's obviously a so-called white man, Caucasian man, an Edomite. All right, and basically what is about to happen is basically he's yelling racist obscenities to a couple of Jakes on the streets. All right, and it said I want to say it was in the streets of Seattle, Washington. All right, so basically this dude is basically going on a racial tear of words, and basically it goes to the proof of these devils in the spirit knowing they're having a short time and seeing their kingdom fall, and also goes back to the perpetual hatred that Esau has for Jacob. All right, going very back to the time of the actual two brothers, Jacob and Esau. Right, because the story didn't change and the story is still in effect. All right, because I'm gonna read the scriptures, but in a little backdrop on history, Isaac, Jacob and Esau's father, when he was up there in age, he basically and at a point in time, Esau and Jacob were living their lives, and Esau was hunting, and he came in the house tired, and basically the story goes, he claimed he was so hungry he sold his birthright to his brother Jacob. All right, and I'm gonna read the story, but basically that started the hatred when they were out of the womb. All right, but it's also through the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah that he coordinated from the very beginning. All right, and basically that's why in the spirit, why these so-called white people, these Edomites, that's why they hate you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and people of that descent, because through the spirit, it's evident that they're Jacob and Esau. All right, because the nation of Israel and the nation of Edom have been warring together since they were in their mother's womb, literally. All right, so that's why we're never going to see eye to eye. All right, then we're never going to see eye to eye. So people have that dream, but it's never going to happen. And you got our people that continue to think that their marches and all their complaining and all their bitching and crying is going to somehow appease these devils' hatred, and it's not. All right, but I'm gonna play this video real quick.
Put your hands on me, nigger. No, I ain't gonna put I'm gonna kill your ass. You gotta kill me? Come on, nigger. You putting cameras on me? Come on. I am. Put cameras, nigger. I run this country. You don't. You put cameras. I run this country. You guys are dead. Look at that dog right there.
He clearly seems
Fuck
drunk.
out of here. I didn't say that. It's not done. You running with these niggers? Get the fuck out of my face. You run with these niggers?
Racial tension. All right, now everybody want to pick a side.
Wrong neighborhood. My people are gonna bury you. Look at this shit. Yeah, I'm the president. Man, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Your neighborhood? We built these streets. White man built these streets. Yeah, they did. White man built these streets.
Now, he said a white man built these streets. Like, that's a fucking lie. All right, but basically, you see this devil and how this spirit is in these devils, to really express their hate, especially since Donald Trump got in office. All right, and you see, and this is good, man. This is good news, man. And any people you have a spiritual mind, according to the scriptures of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, you would know that this is a good thing. All right, these devils are supposed to be getting turned up in their racist feelings, man. Because these are feelings that have been suppressed for all these years that's finally be able to come out because we're at the end. And we're at the end, and now it's going to be the war, all right? And it's going to be war against so-called blacks and whites, Hispanics and whites, all right? Ain't going to be no more. And now you're going to, and you see, it was white against white because you had some so-called white men that was in the video trying to go against this devil that was in his right spirit, all right? Satan's house is divided across all cylinders, whether it be the political world, whether it be on the regular streets. All right, these devils are going down, man, and the hatred is going to end up festering into all of them, that spirit. And it's that spirit of their hatred towards Jacob. All right, that's what it is. That's how the Lord set it up, and you can't go against the Lord's setup. All right, but I'm gonna give a little backdrop in the story now, and I got a couple scriptures. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, and I'm gonna start at verse 21. All right. Now, in the midst of this chapter and a few chapters after, it goes into the stories of Jacob and Esau and how everything started with the whole, thing of the birthrights, etc., etc. And it says, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her and said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, all right? And that's us, the Israelites, Jacob. Jacob is stronger than Esau, right? Spiritually, physically, and all that, man. It's just that the Lord has us spiritually weak, all right, to where we think that there's another way this thing is going to play out, but it's going to be through bloodshed, all right? Shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger, and the elder is Esau, all right? The elder is Esau, and he's going to serve us in the kingdom of heaven, all right? These devils are going to serve us, so that's why these devils getting turned up and all their races getting drunk and saying the word nigga, which shouldn't offend you, all right? But you got an emotional Jake that get offended by the word nigger, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, their spirit of hatred towards us is getting amplified. And that's the spirit because they know that we're at their end. All right. It says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, the twins were in her womb. And the first came out red, well, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, right? So he came out red. And who's the only red people on the planet Earth, man? There's no other nation of people that turn red or red, have any kind of red features in their skin, man. That's because they have no leprosy. They have no pigment in their skin, all right? They have no melanin. Every nation the Lord gave melanin except Esau, man. And it started with Cain and Abel, with that mark, the mark of Cain, all right? It festered on down to Esau, all right? And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she was born, when she bare them. All right, now that's saying he was 60 years old. And you see how they didn't describe Jacob, because Jacob came out normal. All right, it wasn't no need to describe how Jacob came out of the womb. But Esau came out looking different than everybody. He came out red all over. All right, and who's red today? You know what I'm saying, who's been red from the very beginning of their existence? The so-called white men. Or so-called, but really they're the red people. All right, and it says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. Psst, another check to prove who Esau is, because who loves to hunt for sport? And it says he's a cunning hunter, so he's a good hunter. It says a man of the field. These devils, they like to be outside. They like to go outside in the wild and all types of shit like that. All right, this is proof. Now this is proof that the Bible is real, man. No other quote unquote, because the Bible's not a religious book, but no other of these so-called religions and whatever doctrines you had prove and pinpoint the way people are today and how they were back then, man. All right? This is how you know this book is the truth, man. This is the truth of the spirit of the power that created everything. Well, his name is Yahweh and his son's name is Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. And it says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Jacob is a plain man. Jacob just be chilling at the crib, or chilling at somebody else's crib. Jacob be chilling, man. But these devils, man, they always want to go out and do all this crazy, wild, adventurous type of things. Because what? It says Esau is a man of the field. And it said, so he likes to be out. He likes to be in the great outdoors. He likes to, do all that shit, man. Proving who Esau is. All right? Oh man, I'm reading the part of the story he sold his birthright too. But and it says, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, all right? But Rebekah loved Jacob, all right? Venison, deer. And it said, and Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint, all right? So he came from the field, he was outside, obviously he was tired or whatnot. And it says, in verse 30, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. So like red pottage, red. His name was called Edom. That's why they're the Edomites. They're the nation of Edom. And it says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And it said, yeah, and Jacob said, "Some of this day thy birthright." All right, so you hear it says, "Some of this day thy birthright." If you're that hungry, you know what I mean. You know the food is not cooked.